Look out, look out, look out. It is your boy, Ashley Knuckles Boxing, back on you one more time. Ready to talk about the recent announcement that Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to be facing Sergey Kovalev for Kovalev's version or his part of the light heavyweight throne at 175 pounds. Now, initially, a lot of people were frowning at the fight, talking about it's got to be some type of rehydration clause, or, Kovalev going to have to fight him at a catch weight, or some type of disadvantage Kovalev is going to be in to secure the fight with Canelo. Well, as of right now, the verdict isn't out on the terms of the negotiations. As of right now, all we know is that these guys are going to be mixing it up in the ring at 175 pounds in Vegas. And a lot of people are giving Canelo a lot of issues because he didn't issue the challenge to Beterbiev or Gavatsik, but those two guys have their own unification that they'll be fighting. So I don't see what the big deal is. Or he didn't challenge Bevel. He chose to challenge Kovalev. At the end of the day, Kovalev's resume speaks more loudly than any of those other champions. No disrespect to any of the other champions. In fact, a lot of them have fought a lot of the same guys. But Kovalev is by far has the best resume at that weight, with the second going to Bevel. But they've all fought a lot of similar guys like Isaac Chilemba and Gavatsik. I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong. He's the guy that was responsible for turning Adonis Stevenson damn near into a vegetable. Forgive me if y'all think that was a poor taste in my description, but I gotta make it count. That's almost what happened. But he came to, and I'm glad that he decided that the sport of boxing is no longer an option for him moving forward. And now the Eastern Europeans are killing it right now at that weight. But this fight right here, like I said, is an uphill battle for Canelo. We already know what Canelo does. We already know that he has fast hands. He has a big punch. He has a good right hand. He has a tremendous left hook to the body. He protects himself very well, and then he can also slip and slide and pivot out of the way from big shots, even when he's facing a slick fighter, as he showed in the Trout fight and he showed against Danny Jacobs. But make no mistake about it, man. The fight against Kovalev, he's going to be fighting a substantially bigger guy than he's ever been in the ring with underneath the lights on fight night. And even though Canelo does have a stiff jab, Kovalev has a stiff jab as well, but he's a bigger, taller, rangier guy. Canelo has a great right hand. Kovalev also has a great right hand, but he's a bigger, stronger, taller, rangier guy. He has killed a man with his hands before. I keep trying to reiterate that. So he does not have to prove to anybody in the sport of boxing if he can render a man unconscious in the ring with his bare hands. Well, not bare hands because they weren't gloves, but you feel me. So anybody who think Canelo's just going to go in there and just press the issue and work his way on the inside and just beat his body up, and somehow Kovalev just going to cooperate with the thing, you got another thing coming, man. Don't nobody go to training camp thinking they're going to lose. He's looking at Canelo, and he's looking at him as food, while Canelo's looking at Kovalev and he's thinking legacy. But the combination of those two guys and their mind frame going into this fight, the only thing that I see for us boxing fans is an explosion on fight night. And that's what I expect to see, man. I see these guys trying to mix it up, bring the game plan, trying to match wits. And once first round fill out gets out of the way, we're going to see where the cards lie. Now, you got a lot of people that's saying that Canelo's going to go in there and blow him out within 5 rounds. And I'm saying, I'm not even going to disrespect you on that. Y'all already know that I think Canelo is the best fighter on the planet right now, pound for pound. His resume speaks for itself in terms of the things that he's accomplished in this boxing game lately. What have you done for me lately? That's boxing. and he knocked off y'all's boogeyman lately. But I'm not here to try to argue with no Triple G fans. I'm not even mad at your fans of Triple G, so am I. But you know how it is. If you're not a fan as much as they are, they don't like you. Similar to the way Manny Pacquiao was when he was really, really hot. You couldn't be a fan good enough. You was a hater. But I try to call it like I see it, man. I'm just trying to keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. You can choose on your own whether you want to rock with Ashy Knuckles or not. You know, I'm not losing no sleep either way. But anyway, in this fight, man, Canelo's daring to be great. He's trying to go up 2 weight divisions. Yes, I do know that he went up to 68 and fought Rocky Fielding and knocked off one of the meaningless straps at that weight. But he went back down in weight and fought. So yes, he is going up 2 divisions. He's putting on 15 pounds of fight weight and fighting a substantially bigger guy. He's the one that's taking all the risk at the moment. He's daring to be great. Going into this fight with Kovalev was different. He's fighting at his own weight class. All he got to do is make weight and fight. So there's nothing different in terms of what Kovalev has to do to prepare for the fight on the night of that fight. In fact, not only nothing's different, the only thing that would be different in this particular match is that he'll be fighting a substantially smaller guy. A guy who is unproven at 168 pounds, really, and 175 pounds. I mean, Canelo is a decent puncher. He's a nice puncher, you know what I'm saying? But it has not been proven if he can take that power 2 weight classes and make it count against a 175 pounder. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, Kovalev already has faced punchers at that weight. You mean to tell me Canelo punches harder than a 175 pounder? A guy who's already saturated at that weight? A guy who walks around at plus 200 pounds? You know, we're talking about the weights that Canelo don't walk around at. You know, he's not a bigger guy than Anthony Yard and some of these other light heavyweights. The other Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? He's not bigger than these guys. He's just not, you know what I'm saying? So he has a lot to prove, and if he manages to pull this off, he's going to get nothing but credit from me. And on a normal basis, I would be rocking with the homie Red, but on this one, man, I've been around this sport too long, man. And usually when the feat is too good to be true, it's usually because it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not often that you see guys go up 2 weight classes and win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying it's not doable. I mean, I've mentioned in a previous video how Roy Jones went up 2 weights and he fought John Ruiz and he won that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I can also mention how Diego Corrales, rest in peace Chico, went up 2 weights and fought Joshua Clottey. He got his ass whooped. Juan Manuel Marquez went up 2 weight classes and fought Floyd. Got his ass whooped. Most recently, Kell Brook went up 2 weight classes and fought Triple G. Got his ass whooped. There's many more, man. I can't even think of all of them right off the tip of my head. But more times than not, when a guy tried to jump 2 weight classes, he was beat on. He got beat on for his troubles. You know what I'm saying? He got sent back down so he can rethink that. Look at Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence. So, like I said before, man, I'm from the old school and I'm with all the old adages. The good big man beats the good little man. You're only as good as your last fight, and all the old adages. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to doing the impossible, most times than not, I'm going to roll with the odds. And the odds don't favor Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're going up 14, 15 pounds of weight at one time. But like I said before, it's not impossible. Roy Jones did it when he went up and fought Ruiz. Bernard Hopkins did it when he went up from 160 to 175 to fight Antonio Tarver. You know what I'm saying? There are instances where rare greatness is actually seen in the ring, but it's too far and too in between, man. And those guys use a lot of movement and natural reflexes to overcome their disadvantages in the ring being in there with a substantially bigger guy. Canelo fights with a fucking knee brace. And when is the last time you seen him on his toes boxing? He is going to be in there and he's going to be mixing it up. And though he is very defensively sound in terms of him dipping shots and moving his head and blocking and catching punches in his glove, some of those punches are going to get through. And the biggest thing that you got to think about in this fight is will the punches that get through, will it be one of Kovalev's kill shots? And if the kill shots get through, how is this substantially smaller man going to behave in the ring? How is he going to overcome that adversity? Can he overcome it? Until seen, I'm going to have to roll with the odds, man. This is one of the rare times that I'm saying, Red, you ain't coming out victorious in this fight in terms of how I'm predicting it. I'm not saying he's not going to win. I just don't see victory for him. But this is his opportunity to prove it to the boxing fans, and most importantly, prove it to himself that Duran, Chavez, Leonard, Haglers, all the legends that come before him, this is his chance to prove that he's them, that he's one of them, that his name should be mentioned along with the greats. This was one of those type of fights. It's a legacy fight that can, catapult him in the history books. It is. Whether you agree or not, I really don't care. But anybody that's been around the sport knows that these type of fights don't happen often. So kudos to the homie Canelo for stepping up to the plate. I mean, yes, he could have fought Bivol or one of the other champions, but it's already a unification happening at that weight with Beterbiev and Kovalev. And he just happened to choose the more decorated out of the four Eastern European champions. And I got no... I'm not dogging him for the pick. Kovalev is still a dog. So it is what it is, man. I don't know what game plan either guy is going to use in the ring. If I was Kovalev, I wouldn't change much. He got everything. I mean, he really don't have nothing to lose. He's going in there with a smaller guy, and he's going up against a star fighter. So 9 times out of 10, the betting odds is going to favor the star. And if you'd be a fool to not take those odds. If the odds is 3-1, 4-1 in favor of Canelo, man, I may drop a thee on this thing, man. Yeah. So yeah, I'm rocking with Kovalev, man. I may even choose him by stoppage, but right now, I got Kovalev winning this fight because he's supposed to win the fight. And I ain't, I don't believe in magic. Show me you David Blaine around this hole in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Pull off the unthinkable, man. Pull off the impossible, Canelo. Be great. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I just wanted to get this prediction video out there. The prediction don't mean nothing. Y'all see what that say up there. Mandatory defense where the ring sorts out the facts. That's the only thing that's going to sort out these facts. The night of the fight and these two combatants. But to me, the most important part is putting out a good breakdown. So that's how I see it, man. The good big man against the good little man. We're going to see what's going to happen tonight at the fight, but that's all I got. It is your boy, Ashy Knuckles Boxing. And I'm going to tap back in with y'all at another time. I'm out this piece. If you like the content that you heard in the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and the bell icon so you can receive notifications whenever there's a new video or whenever Ashy Knuckles decides to go live. Also, go by mandatorydefense.com where the ring sorts out the facts for the latest news and updates and views in the sport of boxing. Also, go by facebook.com/come out fighting and like the page. You can also catch up with your boy, Ashy Knuckles, on Twitter at A Puncher's Chance. And if you want to donate to the channel and to the website and in general to the cause, look in the description box below. You can catch me at PayPal me at Ashy Knuckles Boxing. That's all I got for you. I appreciate y'all for stopping in. It's your boy Ashy Knuckles, and that's all I got for you. Peace.